Hey, what is up, guys? I am back in town. Went to California for a few days. It was my father-in-law's birthday, so we decided to surprise him and fly out. So I missed a bunch of stuff over the last few days, but now I am back trying to get caught up. So of course I've got a lot of work to do, but I want to start making videos again, start pumping out more content, and I wanted to give you guys an update on some of the positions I'm in. So while I was out, unfortunately, wake up on vacation, we got another rug pull. Really, we got a couple of them in the space. My buddy hit me up, said one of his projects got rug pulled, one that I was in got rug pulled. So that was pretty frustrating, and it's too bad some devs are such dirtbags. Also, both myself and some of my friends that are much better at looking at contracts are a little confused on how some of these are getting rug pulled when the audits say that there's no backdoors and the contract has been sent to immutable. So I don't know. I still need to dig a little bit more and figure that out. It's extremely frustrating, but as you guys know, it's something we deal with on a pretty regular basis in this space. But here we go. Let's talk about the good projects. So why don't we just start with Drip, because I've got it up on the screen. I am just a few days away from hitting a max wallet. I'm at 26.5. As you guys know, I got to get to 27.4. So just a few more days. I should hit it maybe Friday, Saturday. I did DCA a little bit more into here yesterday just to boost this up. Drip price is down pretty hard. Does not look good, to be honest. Down to 38 cents. It's we're just not getting a lot of traction right now. No developments have come out, and the bear market continues on. So I think a lot of people are just going to continue to sell, especially until they see development, until they can see that the price could actually be higher next week than lower. Because most of the selling pressure comes from people thinking, okay, Drip is $1 right now, but since it's on a trend that's going down, I'm going to sell now at $1 because I don't want to sell at 50 cents. We need to see a reversal in the chart so people start thinking, hey, Drip's 50 cents right now, but it worked its way up from 38 cents. I don't want to sell at 50 cents because then I can maybe sell at 75 or $1 and so on. So without a reversal in the chart pattern, then nothing's going to happen. And unfortunately, we're not going to see a reversal in the chart pattern until we actually see some new utility or even the new UI, just some new developments. So a lot of that stuff is supposed to happen maybe in January, or at least get some maybe release dates in January. Forex got released 6, so hopefully he's all right. Sounds like it wrecked him pretty hard, so he's been out of the mix for at least a week. But from what I'm hearing, he's going to be back in action this week. We probably should get an AMA that has some of these developments, and hopefully we'll get a launch date of the new UI and some of the other things that are going to happen. From the recent alpha that was leaked, it sounds like they are not going to do the drip lottery that the DAO was setting up. Apparently it was too close to Scratchy, and they didn't want to water down the launch of Scratchy or whatever. So they're going to make some shifts and relaunch it, and that may come in the form of a layer 2 or whatever. Anyway, I haven't had a ton of time to do research on it, but as soon as I know what it's going to look like, I'll roll that information out to you guys. So excited about that. It is what it is. Getting really, really close to a maxed out wallet. It's been a long time coming. Then I'm just going to create a claim strategy. As I've said the last few times, my plan is to use at least half of it to buy pigs. Some of it will go to feeding new wallets. And I'm probably going to at least pick 1 or 2 days to claim and send to my bank account. And I'm going to use Spritz to do that. Spritz is awesome. It's by far my favorite off-ramp. And you can also pay your bills, of course. So I just jump in here every couple weeks. And if I've made some profits from one of the miners or whatever I'm in, I'll pay a bill. So I'm starting to transfer some of my profits that I'm actually making money in crypto out into the real world and actually pay bills. And Spritz is the best way to do that. So somewhere down below in my list of referral links, there's a Spritz link. If you make a $50 bill pay, they'll credit you another $50. So it's like a free $50. Plus, I think if you make a $10 test payment, they'll credit you $10. So anyway, there's probably $60 in free money there that you can use. It is extremely easy. The process is awesome. I've been using it for, I think, over a month now. And I've probably done a good 10 bill pays and off-ramped crypto probably about 10 times. So anyway, I plan to figure out what my claim strategy is going to be. Some of it's going to go over to pigs and dogs. Some of it I'll just transfer to my bank account, maybe 1 or 2 days a week. Not that much. It's not going to be that much money. And then the rest is going to go to feeding my new wallets in hopes that Drip has a solid turnaround in 2023, has a bull market in 2024, and we can end up making some real good money on those. So let's see how it happens. Right now, my total account balance is worth 10 grand. Of course, I'll get more, maybe a little over double that after all the whale taxes and everything. So it's going to take me a long time to ROI at these prices. Hopefully, we see a nice little boost, because I've got more than 14 grand in this account, and then I've got a few thousand in my other Drip wallets. So Animal Farm saw a pretty good pullback today on the native assets, or not today, over the last couple of days. So pigs are down to 77 and dogs dip below 20, which is, I mean, super low prices. I really like DCAing in at these prices. I've been out of the loop a little bit, so I don't know exactly what caused this dip in the native assets, but it is what it is. I don't know if I've given you guys an update. Pig pen, I did get it up to my goal of 150 pigs, so that's awesome. I don't know what I'm earning, 100 or 25 bucks a day, something like that. Pig pen dividends have gone down quite a bit, but I still think 150 pigs gets me maybe 25 bucks a day, which isn't terrible, but it's not great. I plan to just keep building my position, get more pigs at $77, get more dogs at 19. My dog pound position's up pretty solid right now too. Looks like 97 in the auto compounding and 135 in the linear pool. What I've been doing strategy wise is, for the auto compounding pool, I've been letting it build up. That's where I have a good amount here down in the LPs. Then I've been splitting the LPs, putting the dogs back into the pool so we can earn more. And then I've just been keeping the B&B for gas or whatever. So that's what I've been doing lately, and think that's what I'll continue to do. You actually do earn more, 20% more if you're in the auto compounding pool than you are in the linear pool, but I also like to take out straight B&B, so it is what it is. I'm just building both. My next goal is about 300 pigs, or 300 dogs rather. So I'm gonna try to get this up to 300 dogs and just keep growing the position. My intention is to grow this position during the entire bear market, and then when the bull run finally hits again, I'll just have tons of money. That's the goal. Did see some screenshots come out. I don't know if you guys saw those about like the dogs game and some things like that. They look really cool. So hopefully that stuff gets launched soon. As you know, we're always just waiting on updates here. So if we get some updates and developments and some of these things that are supposed to be released get released, it'll cause a lot of hype for the ecosystem. And we need that, frankly, right now, because right now price action is not looking great. But I will say that stuff will eventually come and these prices will go back up. So if you're going to DCA when prices are low. That's just a standard good rule of thumb for anything finance. Of course, all this stuff is risky and I'm not a financial advisor. So you do whatever you want to do with your money. On to other items. So Furio, I know a lot of you guys are in Furio as well. The price has dipped down, but I have changed my strategy here a little bit. And I don't think I've talked about it on a video yet, but anyway, my vault balance is up to 24,000, so I'm really close to a max wallet. I'm only compounding a couple of days a week because it doesn't really make sense for me to race toward a max wallet. What's more important for me to do right now, because that doesn't actually help the price if I just keep compounding. What's more important for me to do right now is to put everything over into the Furio pool. So when I go to claim, I'm just claiming to Furio pool every time. That money goes over into here, split into the LPs, and that's making me about 15 bucks a day. So every day in the afternoon, I come in here, there's $15 here, I just click claim, and so I'm actually making off what's in here 15 bucks a day in just USDC rewards. As you can see, the 14-day APR is 822%, so if you guys can see that here. But anyway, that's the play for me. Still paying out. Price action isn't ideal. Nothing looks good. Down to 22 cents. Trips down to what, 38? Cairo's coming back, I heard. I think Cairo's are right around 35, 40 cents right now. So I'll check that one out, see if it's looking promising again, and I'll make another video on that here soon. The stuff that has been paying me makes me real happy. The honest devs, shout out to all the honest devs out there who actually create a protocol and run it like they're supposed to. Baked Beans has been paying me out. I've got another claim here coming in a couple days. If you are in Baked Beans and you got in right around the time that I got in, you should have either ROI'd or be within a couple days of ROIing. Dollar Beans came out shortly after that. If you got in when I got in, same scenario. You should either have ROI'd or be very, very close. There's still good contract balances in here. Baked Beans is 1.1 million basically. So still a lot of liquidity there in the contract balance. Dollar Beans is still 110,000, but it has been slowly losing value. So make sure that you get your claim. I just barely ROI'd in Dollar Beans when I made my claim last night. And same thing, if you got in when I got in on Purple Beans, you should be pretty close to ROI. Just under 27,000 Matic in there. So stick to whatever compound claim schedule you want to, but make sure that you're paying attention to what your claim days are so you don't get hit with massive taxes, and make sure that you're getting back to break even. That way you get that initial investment back. Everything else is from that is profit. And eventually these things will die because miners always do. But as long as you've made some profit, it was a worthwhile venture for you. So those are all the beans miners I'm in. They're all doing well. I've just ROI'd barely on dollar beans and purple beans and baked beans with this. I'm already at ROI. Baked beans with this next claim should be pretty solid into the profit range. So those were all really solid. Again, we're not going to win on all these. Sometimes we're going to have rug pulls. Sometimes projects are going to fail. But the main goal is to have the wins outweigh the losses. Next up, for another win, let's talk about Droplets. So I still need to do a video on this. It's just a little bit complex, but let's just keep it simple. I bought GDS and of course BUSD, paired them up and put them as an LP pair in here and staked them. So I'm earning a percentage per day on this. Daily APR is 5.6, which is still pretty good. I put a bunch of money into this lit GDS one, and I'm still earning 5.36 here as well. I put a lot more money in here, but then the price of GDS went down, of course, because really volatile at launch, and then that went down. But it's still producing pretty well. I invested in the pre-sale. I invested afterwards. I put a total of about $1,350 in here, and I've already pulled out about 50% of that to ROI. So my total net worth, I'm net ahead. So what it's telling me, let's see also, so here's basically what you do. I'll just give you the quick once over if you're not in this. If you wanted to get into this one, you can buy your GDS, you buy that on PancakeSwap. Jump into the Droplet Telegram. They've got all the contract addresses in there. So you go to PancakeSwap, you purchase this, and then you can stake it in the system. What these are both earning me is more GDS. So I can claim, and then I can come over here to the boardroom, which is where you stake those golden drip tokens. So once you stake them in here, just the straight GDS pool will then earn you lit, which is the other native token. Then you figure out what you want to do with the lit. Ideally, you don't sell lit because you want that price to be high. Anything over $1 and the boardroom will print. If it goes under $1, then you won't make any money in the boardroom, which is this one. So if I claim that lit, I can come here and partner it up with GDS, or I can partner it up with BUSD, and then I can continue to earn more. But if I let this build up, I can claim those and sell them and start to take profits. So that's the ideal scenario. As you can see, I've got just $927 at its current value, and that's making me about $70 a day. So far so good. This is a killer platform so far. Paris is a stud and DeFi Proof is a stud, and they've got a pretty detailed roadmap of some things they want to continue to do here. Sorry for hitting the mic, but I'll do a more in-depth tutorial on here once I get the game theory down a little bit better. I just haven't had a ton of time, but I definitely will because I love the project. And they're about to launch a new thing that's going to come out soon, which is the Swifty. You can invest in some real estate and a few other things. So very interesting proposition here. So far, this is looking good, and it's another one that's printing for me. Last one we'll touch on is Cat. So Cat went through some issues. I'm trying to remember all the issues off the top of my head, but basically it sounds like they got in some trouble for utilizing some funds in the fund that were brought on board from illicit activities or something like that. I don't know. Due to that, they had to pause withdrawals for like 10 days or 2 weeks or something like that. So you can invest, you can compound, but you can't take your money out. So some people are saying this is a rug pull. Some people are saying, hey, once they get that sorted out, it'll go back to normal. All I'm doing is compounding for now. It's worth it to me to give it a try. Once everything goes live again after 10 days, hopefully I can build up a good amount of BNB here and withdraw that, so I can start taking some profits, get back to break even. I put in 2 BNB. It's up to 3.14 BNB, not including what I've earned today. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. This one could eventually become a rug pull. This could end up being a solid project still. It could be a massive, well-orchestrated Ponzi scheme. It could be that these guys are doing a legit crypto arbitrage. So we'll see. Too soon to really tell. But the fact that they had to pause everything obviously isn't ideal for investors. You do have the option to leave Cat, but then it shuts down that wallet. And I think it takes you a couple weeks to get your money back. So I think when they unpause it, contract balance will probably drop because a lot of people are going to get scared and leave Cat. So I'm not exactly sure how to balance this. For now, I'm just crossing my fingers. This is DeFi, everything's super risky. If I lose my 2 BNB, oh well. It was worth it for me to learn a new platform and take the risk. And if not, it comes back online for a little while and I can at least ROI, then I'll be happy. I think that's it. There may be another project or something that I'm forgetting about, but I think that's it. There are a couple projects that I'm looking at here for the future. A couple of trusted devs, names you would recognize. So they're planning to roll stuff out over the next, 2 weeks to 4 weeks, maybe something like that. So we should see some traction here soon when those get up, at least maybe to the pre-sale stage. I'll try to do videos on that so you guys can see those. But I'm just happy that all the beans ones are paying me. I'm hoping that that drip turns around and starts getting some development. I'm hoping the Furio turns around, starts getting some development. Droplets cranking, so there's some profit coming in. And these are all degen plays. I mean, this is DeFi. It's extremely, extremely risky. Just be aware of that. Get into whatever projects you want to with risk capital and stay away from whatever projects you want to. There's a lot of people that are asking me to do videos on this and do videos on that because they think it's the best. And the truth is, some of them I don't really want to get into, but I hope they make money. It doesn't make any difference to me. People can put money wherever they want. If they don't want to go into drip, that's fine. You can go into something else. If you go into something else and get rug pulled, I'm not going to be the guy that's going to say, hey, you should have put that money in drip. I mean, there's talented developers out there. And I'd say there's a lot of people that probably talked trash about drip in the first few months. That, hey, it's going to wreck. Prices are down hard. This thing's not going to last. And eventually it turned around. Some of these projects might turn around. We will see. That, of course, was a bull market and we're in a bear market. So things are a lot tougher in DeFi. That's my update for today. Hopefully I'll have some more cool stuff for you here in the next few days. Being out of town for 4 or 5 days kind of put me behind in my in real life work. So I need to smash some of that out, but I'll be more active in the chats and everything. And sorry that I've been a little bit MIA for the last few days. But hope you guys are having a great week. Let me know if you guys need anything, any questions or comments, throw them down in the comments below. Hopefully you guys have ROI'd or real close to ROIing in some of these projects that I'm in as well. And as always, happy investing.